Following rising tensions over the newly passed Jamaica Teaching Council JTC bill in the Senate, representatives from the JTC and the Jamaica Teachers Association JTA appeared on CVM's Lead Story Prime to address concerns about the bill and how it will impact teachers.
After 2 decades of deliberation, the Jamaica Teaching Council JTC bill is one step closer to becoming law. But the Jamaica Teachers Association is determined to stop its passing in its current form, labeling it as a betrayal by the government. According to the JTA, their suggestions were ignored. They're also unhappy with how the JTC, which will oversee teachers across Jamaica, is set up and governed. However, Chief Executive Officer of the JTC, Dr. Winsome Gordon, insists the JTA has been involved in the process from the start.
The Jamaica Teaching Council started on the 15th of September, 2008. I called the Jamaica Teachers Association to join me on the 16th of September, 2008. Together, we revised the framework that was set up that came out of an early research commissioned by Honorable P.J. Patterson. That group of researchers, they were excellent, and they produced a framework. This was in 2004. We were starting in 2008, so we'd have to revise the framework. The JTA and myself, we are not yet staffed, revised that framework.
And that was in your role as Senior Director of the Jamaica Teaching Council?
Yes. And we presented together to the then Minister of Education, who listened to us and all that we had done with the framework, and where he was satisfied, he said, yes, very good. And where was not satisfied, he said, both of you go back and revise the framework and bring it to me.
But JTA Deputy Secretary General Clayton Hall says that is not accurate.
I want to categorically reject the statements put forward by Dr. Gordon that our concerns were taken into account, because we have a document produced in 2014 and we have another produced in 2022. And both those documents say almost identically the very same things, because they are talking about specific items in the bill that have remained between 2014 and 2022, and we still see them there.
He argues that the current bill is even worse than previous versions, pointing to the composition of the JTC board, where only 6 of the 31 seats are allocated to teacher representatives, as a clear example of what he considers unfair.
We argued that the professional organization, as is the case with the Nursing Council, the Medical Council, the Legal Council, the group representing those individuals ought to be named. Even if you do not name by name, then they must be referred. So the reference to the JTA as the organization representing the majority of teachers is the only adjustment we have seen in the bill that is favorable. In fact, when you consider the numbers, it became worse. The board moved to 31.
Yes.
And the JTA got 6.
Yes.
It meant that we have now gotten a lower percentage of the population of the council.
However, Dr. Gordon clarifies that the number of teachers on the board has in fact increased and now includes independent educators who are not members of the JTA.
Originally, the proportion of teachers on the board was 44%. And we agreed with the argument of the JTA that that proportion should be higher. Today, the proportion is 61.29% of teachers on the board.
Where's the additional 17 percentage points from?
Other teachers, because
who are not JTA members?
No.
Oh.
Because remember, not all teachers are JTA members.
Yes.
So there must be a space for other teachers. Some of them are coming from the independent schools, Some of them are coming from the colleges that train teachers, the University of the West Indies.
Regarding the issue of professional development fees, Dr. Gordon emphasizes that the JTC has never charged teachers for these programs, noting that the commission is fully funded by the government. Angela Melville, CVM News.